Hey everyone, in this video we're gonna see how to design a creative poster rather than just using a same old templates. With all my design experience, I've gathered a few steps which will make the process very easy. I'll show you using real design. Do watch the entire video so that you don't miss any of the steps. Alright then, let's get started. Make sure you understand the brief clearly because that is the base of your creativity. When you're stuck in between while designing, going back to the brief will help you all the time. In this video, I'll be designing a movie poster. The movie title is called Nope. This is a sci-fi thriller. When we're designing a movie poster, we have to know the story or we should have seen the movie for better understanding, like what all elements are used in the movie. In this movie, a lot of scenes are like looking at the sky, so I thought to keep the sky as a main background. Next, of course, the main character of the movie. Also, horses are highlighted more in this movie, so let's add that as well. And the main plot of the movie is witnessing a monster that looks like a spaceship. And finally, when it comes to the text, it's a sci-fi thriller, so we're gonna go with the modern fonts. And when it comes to the colors, we have to choose whatever colors used in the movie. Just for the tutorial purpose, I'm gonna use red and black. Alright, I guess we have enough elements to design this poster. Now let's look at the next process. What design style to use according to the brief and the brand style. There are a huge number of design styles we can use. Each style has its own emotion to it. For science and futuristic energy, you can go for Y2K design style. If you want to combine all media styles, mixed media would be the perfect choice. Or maybe a calm and a clear visual clarity, you can choose minimalism. If you want to design raw, bold and honest design, you can go for brutalism, which I'm going to use for this design. When you decide which style you're going to use, start gathering the references. I normally use Pinterest because it shows more related images. Create a separate title and add all the brutalism design references which you think would work in your design. Once you're ready with the design style inspirations, let's move to the next step. Alright, before designing, we have to find inspirations on placements of the elements in your design. Let me make it clear. Honestly, there are no original designs. Whatever the best designs we produce, it's some or the other way inspired by the designs that we see every day. Our brain stores that idea and whenever we think creatively, that pops up. So it's alright to get inspired from other designers, but you should not copy the design exactly. You have to just analyze what are the effects like masking, colors, text that the designer has used. Just imagine you've seen a design which you liked. Just take a time and analyze which part of the design has impressed you more. It could be the text, image placements or anything else. Save that design to your inspiration. This process will help you to get rid of creative blocks and in one point of time you'll find your own style and start producing your own designs. Planning compositions. Now's the time we open the software and plan compositions. You can use a grid if you want, or you can just go with a freestyle, but keeping the design principles in mind. For now, I'm not gonna use any grids because I don't have much text to add, so I'm gonna plan the compositions with a rough idea. I've saved a few inspirations and I really loved how they use the image to overlap the bold, huge text. So I thought to use this as a main element in my design. And also there are a few designs where they fill the colors and make it a flat object, but yet it seems to convey the intentions. I thought I could use this technique for secondary elements in my design, like the spaceship, the horse, or maybe any small objects. Now firstly, I have to highlight the main character and the title. So this is a basic sketch to get an idea, but we can change this anytime while designing. Now let's switch to the software and start designing step by step. We're gonna design the entire poster using Photoshop. Width, I've kept 5200 and height we're gonna keep 7400. Firstly, I'm gonna add the background which I have downloaded. Let's increase it until it fits well. Now let's add the main title. We're gonna go to the text tool and we're gonna type the movie name. Let's increase it until it takes the 50% of the space. The font which I've used is Heather Green. You can find it in online. Now let's choose the text and change the color to white. Now we're gonna add the main character image. This image is just a screenshot I got from IMDb. You'll get a lot of HD images over there. We're gonna go to object selection tool and we're gonna select the object. Once it is selected, we're gonna Ctrl V, copy paste it in a new layer and we're gonna place it somewhere in the center, overlapping the text as we seen in the reference. I'm gonna give a little spacing between the letters because it feels too close. I'm gonna keep something around 20 and then center line it. Now it looks fine. We're gonna choose the background and we're gonna reduce the opacity. Make sure there's a background which is completely black. So when we reduce the opacity, the transparency is not seen. Now we have a nice contrast between the background and the image. Now I'm gonna add a few effects to the image. Firstly, I'm gonna choose it and we're gonna go to filter, noise, add noise. We're gonna keep a bit of noise so that it has that texture around 39. This would work. We're gonna choose the image and we're gonna go to adjustments and we're gonna add color mixer. So when you add that, make sure you go in between the two layers, hold alt and click so that the effect will be only applied to the image to adjust the color, overall color, so that it blends well with the background. I think this matches well with the background. Now I'm gonna choose the image and we're gonna duplicate by holding Ctrl and J, and on the duplicated image we're gonna choose that and go to adjustments and we're gonna choose this time threshold. We can adjust it until we have nice shade of the character. What we're gonna do is we're gonna select the threshold and we're gonna select the image, right click, and we're gonna convert into smart object. We're gonna go to the blend mode and we're gonna choose few options. We're gonna play around with it just to see which one suits well. I think this pin light works really well. And then again I'm gonna choose the threshold and I'm going to reduce opacity a bit so that it's not applied too much. We're gonna keep something around 61. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna choose the image. We're gonna double click on it and you'll find an option called outer glow. We're gonna choose that. We're going to reduce opacity a bit. In the size section we're gonna increase it so that we have that glow effect over there. So when you added that, you have to also add inner glow so that it blends well. I'm gonna increase the size a bit. When you're done, let's click OK. Now we're gonna add the other small details. So I found this small spaceship image from online. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place it somewhere on the top, something like this, so that it's barely visible. Let's place it something like this, and then when we double click on it, we're gonna fill it with a color as we seen in the reference. I'm gonna go with red and I'm going to click OK. The same way I'm gonna add the horse image. I'm gonna select that and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna fill the color and we're going to place it in the center exactly here. Also there is a small element, something like this, which keeps appearing in the movie. So I couldn't find any web, so I thought to recreate it in Illustrator. Opened Illustrator and created a small line, and I added all these rectangles, arranging it in a waveform. So I copy pasted from Illustrator to Photoshop, and then I gave a fill color similar to what I'm using here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a small text over here. One I've left aligned it, and the other one I've right aligned it. I'm just following the design principles. I'm not using any grids. So we're gonna add another text, something like a tagline. Making the horse in the center, I've added these two texts, and finally I created this small shape to add it in the center, make it like a target. To give a final touch, I've just found this overlay from online. I'm gonna choose that, and we're gonna go to the blend mode, and we are going to choose overlay option, and then I'm going to select the opacity and reduce it until it's barely seen. Alright, and that's how you design a poster, by using all your ideas in a creative way. Focus the primary element in your design and rest falls in place. For example, look at this design where the main primary element would be this artwork, where I think the designers would have spent a lot of time, and the rest, like this text, would have been a less difficult steps. Wait for a day or maybe evening to review it clearly. Once you completed the design, you'll feel like the design looks good. But when you look at the same design the next day, you'll have a different opinion. It's better to wait and review after designing. Maybe later on the same day or next day. Finally, I want to say good designs take time, don't rush. I know it won't happen in reality, it will always depend upon the clients, but when you're designing a creative design, it's a good thing to take time, a few days to complete it. If you feel you could use this design for reference, I'll add it in the description so you can download it from there. Alright then, we have come to the end. If you feel you found some good tips, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.